Hi, everybody. Welcome to the chat. We're going to have a good conversation today. Today we have Rikostan here, and I'm super thankful that you're here to chit-chat with me, so thank you.
Thanks for having me. I've been excited about this one since you asked me, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on your chat on the 4th.
Yeah, that's going to be another good one.
Yeah, so it's a special day.
I get a little in-depth with my questions sometimes, but
that's okay.
It's more personal, I think. Mm-hmm. A lot of the streams are we talk more about the fish stuff. You and I won't even talk about fish on my stream. We're just going to talk about you and your background and stuff, which I already know quite a bit of.
Yeah, I'm an open book. I don't mind to talk about anything. I'm just not great at the interview questions. I tried when I first started doing the live stream. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to ask really good and then I'm just not good at it. I don't know. Even when they ask you at the doctors, do you have any questions? I'm like, no. Give me a day to think about it, and then I will.
I fly by the seat of my pants, and I seem to always have something to say. I guess I just talk too much, so it makes it good for live streams.
Yeah, I always have something to say, but it's 3 days after the fact that I realize I have something to say. Everybody thinks I'm kind of stuck up and hard to get to know, but I'm one of those that just sits kind of in the background and listens.
Yeah, absorbs things. Are you introverted out in public then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will do what I need to do. There's been a couple conferences in the past I've gone to that I'm I'm going to get up and I'm going to ask a question. Even if it doesn't make any sense, I'm going to make myself do this. And I always feel better, like I said, even if it doesn't make any sense, that I got up and tried. But overall, yeah.
And do you do that often then? Do you make it up very often?
If I have something that I have to, it's an opportunity that I don't want to miss out, I'll make myself go up and talk to someone, even if I'm just kind of I don't, hi.
You're all nervous.
I know this is really awkward, but I just want to say hi.
I've had that before. I've met, when I was really into watching the Major League Baseball years and years ago, I got to meet some of my favorite Chicago Cubs. And I walked up to Mr. Grace, Mark Grace, who was younger than me at the time. And I had called him Mr. Grace, and my voice was shaking. I was all starstruck, So I've been there. I've definitely been there.
It's I'm always proud of myself that I at least tried to talk.
Yeah. Put yourself out there.
Words don't come easy.
I've gotten a lot better as I've gotten older. And nowadays, I don't even care. Now I can walk up to anybody and just start a conversation. It drives my wife crazy because we'll go someplace and I'll end up talking to people I don't know who they are. She'll be like, did you know that guy? And I was like, I do now. That's my buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse has no problem doing that. And I can. It's just hard.
Yeah, you got to really work
that internal pep talk to myself. They won't think you're that socially awkward.
And if they do, who cares?
Yeah, that is with age. I've just embraced that. That's just how I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get comfortable in your skin. That's for sure.
Well, even in college, at the last couple of days of class, they would come up and be like, "Do you want to be in the group picture?" And I'm like, "No. Why would I want to do that?" So I wasn't in any of the group project pictures. I was like, I contributed. That's all you need to know.
That's funny. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin's here. Hi, Kevin. We can do if you want to. Kevin, it was so kind. He emailed me and gifted a gift card for a giveaway for a $10 Amazon card.
Oh, Kevin.
I thought that was so sweet. So thank you. And if you want to, if you don't mind, Kevin, in the end, towards the end of the stream, if you want to come up, I can try to drop the link so you can kind of help do the giveaway since I don't know what I'm doing. But I thought that was so kind of you. So thank you. I'm glad you're here to tell you again. I'm horrible at texting back. So if anybody messages me, don't get offended if it takes me a day.
That's cool of you, Kevin. Thanks so much. That's awesome. Kevin's
There's
a good
all kinds of people here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Monster Fish Gal's here and Muppets here. Kevin's here. Big Tank Hank's here. Thank you guys. R&B Animals and Rescues here. A fellow Carrie. Welcome. Carry with the sea. Thank you guys. Peplin, thank you for being here. Oh, my phone.
Wow, that was crystal clear. That was like,
yeah, it came through on my laptop. Jesse's supposed to be here, you guys. He's going to keep texting. Sorry, I don't know how to turn it off on the computer.
Well, somebody must have sent people over because we've got the worms hashtag going on there.
Oh, wow. I saw Crystal was on right before me, but I'm not sure who else all goes. I try to keep track of the schedule, but I
There's
feel
so
like
many.
right when I get into the chat, I always feel like I'm missing something. But these chats, they make my whole day better.
I'm with you. Most of the time, they're very helpful.
Oh, yes.
Just it's like therapy sometimes reading
Well,
something.
I'm not. Yeah, you're not lying. Like they help me with my mental sanity.
Yeah.
I think it was you was talking to Well Done Tanks it couldn't have been last week, just a few days ago.
Yeah,
and
Tuesday.
I was like, I really needed to hear some of that stuff because I don't know about you, but I kind of get down in the dumps sometimes, and then I have good weeks, and then I have not so good weeks.
Yeah.
And it's all my own it's my own thoughts that do it.
I'm with you. I have an autoimmune disease that makes it hard for me to do a lot of the stuff that I used to like to do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely depression's a big part of my life. So, the Fish Fam has been awesome. I do try and stay, sometimes there's some drama that happens and stuff. And I just try my best to stay away from all of that, regardless of who's involved. I don't go defend people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just try and keep myself away from it because I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, by far, the Fish Fam is definitely a very positive thing and has made my life so much better over the last year.
Yeah. I don't know I have a bad time finding the right words, but after I went back to college and I love having my family, but I kind of lost my purpose there for a minute. I'm a mom, taking care of the family, going back to school, and then I graduated and I kind of was like,
what now?
I don't even really know how to communicate to myself, everything flip-flopped. And it was no joke about the time I found the Fish Fam. And it kind of gave me something to look forward to and kind of a purpose to get new friends. And because my old friendship group, nothing fell apart, but we just grew apart. We had different priorities. So finding people that had the same type of hobbies and goals and things I'm going through. It's like the aquariums help me. They help me concentrate on one thing at a time and not think about the things I shouldn't think about. But the Fish Fam has helped me get out of my shell and learn to have friends again. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. It's a great community. I've been involved in a lot of communities over the years, and I've been into, I wouldn't say exactly internet, but at least online chatting since the early 90s.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I've been through a lot of different communities and things. And overall, I have to say that the Fish Fam is the most positive. And again, I'm still pretty new to it. I mean, I've been doing this. December was my first live stream that I did.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I'm really new to it. But overall, it's just been an incredibly positive thing.
You're so natural at it.
What's that?
You're so natural at it.
I just like to talk. I like to get to know people, I wanted to say something really quick. Kevin asked a question, and I wanted to actually bring that up. I got to scroll up and find it now. Where was it, Kevin? He asked me about the convention. So the NEC convention is going on right now, which is the Northeast Council. It's a council that deals with all of the aquarium clubs in the Northeast.
Oh,
so
wow.
They're like an over whatever, just a major group that all these other groups belong to. They help facilitate a lot of new groups, and they help. I don't know. They just do a lot of cool stuff, and they're putting on a convention right now.
Wow.
And Kevin was saying he didn't see me there. I was there, Kevin. Maybe I asked a lot of questions and not a single one was answered. So maybe my chat wasn't being seen. I was actually a little disappointed because everybody there seems like they knew each other for 40 years. They're talking about the time they were watching the Grateful Dead and stuff, and just going back through all these memories, and everybody was involved, and I felt like an outsider. So I wish I would have seen you, Kevin. All right, sorry, didn't mean to go off on a tangent there.
No, I try to like multitask with the chat and conversation, and again, I've been doing live streaming for I think a year now, and I'm still.
I know Jesse helps you with the chat quite a bit.
Yeah, that's who was texting me. I was telling you before that he took his daughter fishing, and she caught a bluegill.
Nice.
And then she was getting a bunch of bites, but his parents on their property have 3 tiny, like they're not tiny, but they're little ponds.
Gotcha.
Like for the cows. And they have all kinds of, that's where we had a big mouth bass for a while.
Nice.
In a 75-gallon, and that's where we caught it from, was one of his parents' ponds. And
so they have them stocked then with those fish?
I don't think they like stock them anymore, but I feel like they did a little bit in the past.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I'll ask him when he gets here. I'm sure I got it wrong.
We live right on Lake Ontario, so fishing's, sort of, I don't fish a lot these days, but it was sort of big. And what was cool is my son-in-law is British. He's never been an outdoors guy at all. He's never really been involved in the outdoors at all. And just this last year, he'd come out and use my kayak once in a while. Stuff. He comes over he's still working on his citizenship, so he can only be here for 90 days at a time. Well, he came over this past year, and he wanted to do a little bit more outside, so he's using my kayak and stuff. And I took him fishing one time. Man, did he! I guess hooked is the only word, the phrase to use, but man, he got into it so hardcore, and he was catching all kinds of stuff. I mean, big pike and large, just all kinds of different things. And he has bought so much stuff, and I don't know that he even really wants to come see my daughter so much as he wants to come fishing. He doesn't care about seeing his wife. He just wants to go fishing. Excuse me.
My first cousin, I don't see her a lot, but they grew up, my uncle was in the Air Force, and they grew up in Germany. And she lives in Germany, and she married a German airline pilot. So when they come down for like major holidays every couple of years, but they're newlyweds. They've been together for a little while, but yeah, I don't know how outdoorsy he is because I don't see how much, but that's what. Yeah, well, at least you get to take him like to do stuff a little bit.
Yeah, in fact, he goes out by himself now. He absolutely loves it. So he comes over in July this year. So
wow. I know kayaking. I always canoed as a child with my dad, my mom. My mom hates water. She's terrified of water. When they first got married, she wouldn't even wash her hair in the shower. She would get out and wash her hair in the sink. She was so terrified of water. Yeah. So the few occasions that we would go kayaking as a kid, I liked it. But when I got introduced to kayaking, it changed my world. Let me tell you, I was like, I will never get into a canoe with anybody else. I'm in charge of the kayak, and no one is going to. Because you always have that one friend that kind of takes a little bit too much adult fun in the cooler with them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's me. That's usually me.
Yeah, and you always flip and everything. And I was like, I am never, like, from now on, I would take my little dog and they would sit on the front of the kayak. And I was like, you guys are on, like, I will stay in a group, but I will never canoe with anyone.
I do prefer kayaking more.
Oh my gosh.
We have a canoe too, but I do like the kayak far more. I've done it. Like I said before, I can't really do those types of things too much anymore. Mm-hmm. Usually even by now, I've probably usually done, 100 miles in my kayak at least. I go in the middle of January sometimes in Lake Ontario, wear a dry suit and everything. And there'd be icebergs out there that I'm, weaving through. But these days I can't really do it that much. I still try to get out, at least a few times a year though. And the cool thing about canoeing and kayaking is it can be what you want it to be. It doesn't have to be exercise. It can just be, sometimes I get out and we live on a little bay that's off of Lake Ontario. So whichever way the wind is coming, I'll paddle into the wind to that corner of the bay, and then I'll just sit there, and the wind will blow me right across the bay, just slowly. I'll have a beer or whatever, and just just relax.
It's the best time. It really
I've
is.
even read a book. I have a Kindle, and I put it in a couple of plastic bags, and I'll read a book in the middle of the kayak, just floating across. It's so relaxing.
Yeah, my mom, she's like, I would rather do anything than what you do. She just hates it. But my dad was the one that loves it, so I must get it from him. There's nothing better than that.
I'm interested why your mom is so. I mean, did she have a Rain Man type moment?
She always hated water. Always hated water.
I mean, you'd think there's a reason.
Yeah, it didn't help. She almost drowned in I think it was a canoe on the Current River. But she hated water before that too.
Gotcha.
But when she was a kid, there were 6 of them, and my grandma always made them go. And it flipped, and she got trapped underneath it. So it didn't make it easier.
At least added to the fear or hatred or whatever it is.
She hates the sound of she hates everything to do with water. She hates the sound of it. My dad, I set him up a fish tank. She's like, it's fine as long as I don't have to hear it. I just don't want to hear it.
That's weird. That is, I've heard of a lot of different stuff, but I don't think I've ever heard anybody that adverse to water before. Yeah.
She hates it. And
I'm dying to talk to her about it now. I just want to talk to her and find out why.
She'll wash her hair in the shower now. She'll at least do that. But I hate everything to do with bridges. And I was listening to Furlow's chat, or it was Catfish, and he hates bridges. I was like, I've never met anybody that I hyperventilate driving over.
Really?
I can do this. I can drive over it. I hate bridges. I hate it. I hate everything to do with them. Oh, I hate it.
Jesse, I can tell you got some sun.
Oh, yeah. We've been fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. I'm a little jealous about the sun part. I mean, we've got a little sun today, but it's still in the 50s and 40s most days here.
That's how it was. Last week it snowed.
Yeah.
You're way up. You're in New York area, aren't you? So you're way cold. So I can't even complain. I feel
yeah.
It should be warmer here than what it is right now. And today's the first day in a while that it hasn't been rainy and cold. And I got up early. He did the work. I watched. I supervised. We put all the pepper sprouts in the ground and onion sprouts in the ground. And then I replanted some cucumbers, zucchini. I need to finish after this. I got to go finish the carrot. There's a couple of things my sprouts didn't. I got to redo it.
Gotcha.
So we worked on that. We got to mow the grass after all this. So we're going to take full advantage.
We actually have to mow. That's early for us, but we can't put a garden in for another probably month and a half. I mean, we get snow at Mother's Day quite often. So, I mean, we still got a ways, but we can start doing, we've got a little greenhouse inside actually, because the cattle eat all the sprouts, but it's right by a window. And, we get stuff started early, but we can't put anything out until late May, sometimes early June.
Well, usually I start too late, and he always tells me, he's like, you need to start this earlier. And so I started it way too early.
She didn't. When I said start earlier, I don't think she understood I meant stagger things.
No, I went
and I didn't specify, so that is definitely my problem. I did it. It's all on me. I will take full responsibility that you're supposed to start your lettuce and your onions and your spinach, everything. All that goes early. And then you go behind that with your cucumbers and zucchini and squash.
That's not how I do things, though. I went to Lowe's. She
just does it all at once.
It's the first decently kind of warm day in February. And it's the day they put all that stuff out, and I bought everything. There's a seed pack. Let me tell you, it was coming home with me.
How long have you guys been married?
Well, we've been together 5 years.
You've been together, okay. Yeah, I can tell you've been together for a while because he was already taking the blame just like that.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Well, that's how you do it.
That's how we
I've been taking the blame since I was 8 years old for her.
His parents lived next to his granny, and then his granny was my neighbor. So we grew up riding the school bus together, and he would leave me little love notes in the car, and I was like, no.
No.
No. And he would like carry me over the freaking water puddles back then. He's like, oh. And then we tried to go on one date, and he took me.
And then she left me love notes, and then I wouldn't reply, and then I finally went on one date with her.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, epic fail.
I wanted to join the Navy at the time. I wanted to be a Navy lawyer, like super bad. And he told me I couldn't do it. And so I was like, well, date's done. And then I moved back to the area when I had Brighton. Brighton was like 2. And I texted him on Facebook. And I thought you were honestly, I thought he was still married. I was like, is there any cool creeks around here? I know that you're still around here. Is there any place I can take Brian for a cool creek visit? He's like, do you want to go out to lunch? I was like, what? He's like, no, I've been single for a while. I was like, well, in that case, we'll try it again.
That time it stuck.
Dang Facebook.
Third time's a charm, huh?
Yeah. So we pester each other because we know each other so well, but we've
can tell.
been back together 5 years.
Yeah.
I've been married for 30 years, and I know it took me a while to figure out that I'm always wrong. So but he already had it. So you guys must have known each other for a long time.
Yeah, it's a man's best quality.
Uh-huh. I know that when
you're wrong.
I don't understand. Okay. I wanted new curtains. I just don't understand why you want new curtains. Because I'm a girl and I want new curtains.
Yes, dear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See, that's the success to being married for 30 years. Yes.
I was already nodding with you, going, yeah.
Just say yes, don't say why. Just yes.
Yes.
Happier life.
Excuse me.
But
well, hey, Kevin out there agrees with me. Mm-hmm. He's laughing and loving it. I've been taking the blame since 8 years. Yeah, that's been me, buddy.
A lot of cool people in the house. I see 38 of them.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people. Thank you guys. I'm still amazed. It just blows my mind that anybody wants to tune in to listen to my voice.
What's up, T-Bone?
So thank you.
Well, I got a good way to kind of tie fish in outside nature, everything together. I brought back with me.
Oh goodness.
A little bit of a jelly that you can also use the blossoms to put on a salad. And I want to pick everybody's brain, see how many other crazy nature nerds are out there. There's the color. I'll flip it up. It hasn't set up yet.
Are they going to guess the fruit?
Guess what type of blossom that was that made that jelly?
Hibiscus.
Still warm.
Negative, but good shot.
I think hibiscus is actually poisonous, though. I could be wrong. I don't know.
And you can actually use the blossoms fresh, chop them up, put them on your salads and stuff.
Don't bite. You got the cat.
Let's see. Blossoms that you can chop up. So, we've had like daffodils where we've fried daffodils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've done...
and you can eat dandelion root.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I said daffodils. I meant dandelion. That's what I meant. Wrong one. Yeah. We fry the flowers up. You put them in a little batter and fry them up.
And you can also take the tops of them before they also make really great wine. And you can strain them into, you can make them into whiskey as well.
I haven't ever had the whiskey. I've had the wine, but I'd try the whiskey. And we treat them as weeds. I mean, everybody's trying to get rid of them all the time. I mean, there's another type of thing like that too. And it starts with an S and I forgot the name of it, but it grows everywhere. It even grows like on the side of the roads. And it has like a spinach texture, and it's incredibly high in iron. and we treat it like a weed, and it tastes good too. And I wish I could remember the name of it. It grows everywhere. It's all over the United States. Well, all over the
purple?
What's that?
Are they purple?
No, they're like just a dark green.
Oh, really? There's one. What? It's like a little.
Well,
there's purple.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know specifically in my brain, I know 5 different types of greens that you can get they just grow wild everywhere.
I'm sure the one I'm talking about is in the ones you know too, because it is a very common one. I just drew a blank on the name.
Yeah, he's always trying to get me to eat something that I'm like.
Foraging is cool. I like foraging. It's neat. We have a couple of books on it, so we used to do that a lot more often. We'd go out and just find stuff that was edible just for the fun of it. It's amazing how much is out there that we don't, that we treat like weeds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those purple. I don't know what he probably knows, but those we treat them as a weed here all the time. But they're supposed to be pretty healthy for you to drink in like a tea or something. But they're everywhere.
Give us another hint on the jelly. It's actually
he'll forget
a blossom. No, it's actually a blossom off of an actual tree.
Okay.
And this tree grows all over the Midwest, all over the South, most of the South.
I'm drawing a blank.
Super, super pretty in the spring. I mean, beautiful, and it's not a dogwood. So I'll put you in the general family.
Just tell us. Let's try some nuts.
Well, and Tom Patterson put on that dandelions were good for shrimp and snails. I seen that. Oh, and it is mushroom season. I seen that.
Yeah, he'll probably go get. He usually goes and finds those. What are they called?
The morels?
Yeah.
Yeah, morels.
Oh, those are so good.
Sometimes he finds a whole bunch, and then other seasons it's kind of just enough for like one little fried snack.
Yeah. Well, and in the Midwest, it depends on kind of the weather big time, but we can get a cluster of all different types of mushrooms. You have the red mushrooms that'll come up in the spring that are huge. They call them beefsteak mushrooms. You can cut them just like a steak and fry them. You got the morels. Then in the fall, you got chanterelles. You got what they call elkhorn or antler mushrooms. They're hard to clean, but they're very, very tasty.
I don't think I've had them, but I have seen them.
Yeah, they're absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I had never tried anything like that until he fixed it for me. He's like, just eat it. And I'm like, okay.
And now you're happy that you did, though, right?
Yeah, I'm like, these are actually pretty tasty.
You know who loves doing that stuff? Alex from, The Secret History.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big mushroom hunter. He goes out all the time for all different kinds of mushrooms.
They have all kinds up there.
Yeah, definitely.
All that rain.
Yeah, there's around here, you can get hen in the woods. There's all different types. Once you get in the real specifics, you got to be careful because there is clones of them.
Sure. Yeah.
If you don't know what you're looking for, I would not recommend.
See, that's my problem. I'll go out foraging for something and I don't trust myself to know what I am. Like, I don't know. So I'd come back with the poisonous basket of trees.
Or the ones that make you see things that aren't there,
Yeah.
Well, John Cox went on with the elderberry and the elderberry wine. That's awesome. You can do a lot of stuff with elderberry. You can make jelly besides just the wine.
Yeah, there's like 3 wineries like 7 miles from our house. So we like some wine around here.
Yeah, we've got one just on the next road over too. It's really cool because the lady's she's a Japanese immigrant. She came over here in the 80s to go to school at one of the SUNY schools for meteorology. And then she met somebody and she ended up staying. They started a winery and, he passed away. So now she does everything. She draws the labels. She grows the grapes. She mixes everything.
Cool is that?
It's a one-woman show, and she's won all kinds of awards and stuff. It's very cool. And she's got a ton of good stories and stuff too. Love going over and talking to her.
That's awesome.
Well, what is that? What is the jelly then?
I forget.
No, it's redbud off of a redbud tree.
I'm gonna have to look up a redbud tree because I don't know what that is.
They're actually not red; they're purple. Whoever decided to name that was colorblind.
Yeah, I want to see what I probably know what they are once I see a picture of. I go, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Fish Tropic. Yeah, he wants to go fishing with me and cow tipping apparently.
Okay, I have seen these. I think we call them something different. I think we do have them here. Maybe we've got something that just looks like it. But yeah, those are beautiful. But you made a jelly out of it. Did you make it, or somebody you know made it?
No,
Probably
my mother
Mom.
made it.
Nice.
Mom made it.
the big forager. You got to pick 3 cups of the blossoms, pour hot water over the top. You get the juice out of the bottom of it. You run it through a strainer, and then you let it set overnight, and then you can make your jelly the next day out of it.
That's so cool. I love that.
She knows how to do everything. I grew an artichoke for the first time out of a seed, and I gave it to her for an early Mother's Day present. I'm like, you will know how to keep this alive, so here's some artichokes.
That's funny.
And last year, it was the year before that, we got her. I was adamant about getting our moms the white lilac bushes because they smell like just straight perfume, and I was like, our moms need this. This is he has one by the mailbox, and I've gone out there just like, I know I look weird, but I'm gonna sniff this.
You guys are in Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What part of Missouri? What in the state are you? What's that?
Right in the middle.
Okay.
We're we're an hour and a half from St. Louis and about an hour and a half from Springfield. So
There's
we're right in the
others.
middle.
Let's see, who else is in Missouri? I think Danny Weshy is. Chattanooga Ed was from there. That's where he grew up.
Holly Fish. Is it Fish Freaks? Yeah, change your name.
Freaky Fish Lady.
Fish Lady, yeah.
Yeah.
She's from here. And then Fishy Biz is one I always look for.
That's right.
Auctions. And then Jeffro he's from this area. He knows the area, but he lives in north of us now. But
yeah. I think there's more people that live in around close to you than even up here. You know, New York State is very populous, but there doesn't seem to be a ton of people.
I feel like if I'm going to be a successful YouTuber in this fish fam, I need to move to Tennessee.
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida fish. Is there any use for mosquitoes? Yeah, if you're going to grow toads.
Yeah.
Toads love mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's. I try
and love mosquito larvae.
Yeah, the outside tubs and. Let's see, the mosquito fish, the white clouds, and the rice fish is what I keep outside, and then the koi. And there's always mosquito larvae in those tubs in the summertime, and they munch them down, but I don't intentionally try to.
Yeah, they're just there. I'm going to do tubs for the first time, and I was thinking white clouds and just some guppies. I'm going to move some of my guppies out there, but I want to try the white clouds.
The guppies do really well.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And I saw, Ed, he did some last year, and he got 3,000 guppies out of his tubs. I mean, it was a huge amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never I always say this year I'm not going to do the guppies outside. I'm going to concentrate on something else. But I always have a tub of guppies outside. I always do, and they just do so well. The white clouds. This will be my second summer with the white clouds and the mosquito fish. And I thought I lost a bunch of them because it gets cold in the wintertime. But this year it got tubs almost froze all the way down. But they still did well.
They still made it good.
Mm-hmm. I get a lot of fry. I think it's kind of probably like a 50-50 shot if one will grow up. I feel like some of them get eaten and some of them grow up, but there's always fry out there because we have them in a 300-gallon tub, and I think there's 25 white clouds. And so each year we get a little bit more, but they have plenty of room to stretch their fin.
Kevin said it sounds like the shrimp do well too. Yeah, who I just saw that had shrimp outside. in a tub, and they got crazy big. It was somebody in Florida, I think. I don't remember who it was now. I'm drawing a blank on who the person was, but they had they left them alone. They didn't do anything with the tubs at all, and the shrimp went crazy, and they got just a huge amount of them, and they were massive.
Yeah, I know a couple. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know I've heard like probably 3 or 4 people with the cherry shrimp outside.
Yeah,
and I want to try it. I'm just scared that I'm not going to get them all out. And I don't know. I know they like cold, but I don't know. I'm always nervous that first winter to see how they winter. Because with the guppies, if you don't, that first freeze, there was one year I missed one, and they don't make it through the first freeze. So I don't know if the shrimp. It's like once I do that first test, then I know.
Yeah.
I was nervous all winter about these white clouds and mosquito fish. And I was like, I know they like cold water, but this is cold.
cold.
Yeah, this is a bit much. And but they made it just fine. And I was the same way with the koi. They've been out there for been like over 4 years now, and every winter I still get a little nervous, but it's like they'll be fine. They'll be fine. That first go around, I'm always like,
well, John Cox said he didn't have very good luck with his white clouds. No. They were eating the babies, so he put spawning mops in.
Yeah, I always put a bunch of floating plants out there, and it seems like by the end of the summer, it's all algae that they're in, all the fry are in, just little groups of algae. So I have a floating basket this year that I have in there that I want to try. Maybe if I can see some of the scoop them up and put them in the basket, maybe they'll stay in there. And then when they but I don't know. But it seems like I'll get 10 fry, maybe 1 will grow up, 1 or 2 will grow up. Because I know that there's more in there every year, but for the amount of fry I see, I should have a lot more.
Yeah. I'm pretty much over guppies. I hate to say that, but I've got 4 tanks. I only have 9 tanks total, and 4 of them are guppies. And I'm ready to move on from at least 3 of those. Mm-hmm. Actually, this one right here is just my coal tank, and I have a blue lobster, they called it. I don't know. It's a crayfish that's in there with it. And I don't mind if he actually ends up catching some of them. I know it sounds bad, but if he catches some of them and eats them, then okay, that's all right.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why, but when I had that largemouth bass, I got super excited. We were at the fish auction. I'm like, there's crayfish here. I'm gonna buy them all.
They're awesome.
You know how you have sometimes these bright ideas, and then after the fact, you're like, that wasn't such a bright idea.
That's the story of my life.
Yeah, well, I paid I don't even know. It was probably close to $40 for 2 bright red crayfish. And I was like, these will go great in my largemouth bass tank.
Oh, no.
They go great inside the bass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say, yeah.
One made it for a week. It did bake it for a while. But that other one, as soon as I put that thing in the water, let me tell you, I was like, why did I think that was so cool?
Well, there's some cherry shrimp in there too, and so far they've evaded him. So I don't know if they're fast enough to stay away from them. And it's a 45 tall, so it's
wow.
And there's only a few guppies. There's I don't know, maybe 12 guppies at the most, and that's it. Then it's just filled with floating plants and stuff like that. But
wow.
He's got a nice little cave in there. He already molted. I've had him for less than a week, and he already molted. Wow. I got him on Wednesday. And he's molted already. So
they are fun to watch. I've kept some just crawdads. They're not fancy crayfish. I just call them crawdads outside of the bigger tubs, and they are fun to watch. But yeah,
he's awesome. His name is Zoidberg.
That's awesome.
From Futurama.
Yeah.
That
is awesome.
This cat is doing everything it possibly can.
I have a cattail on top of the laptop right now.
It bites my computer screen, and it scratched my MacBook screen with its claws. And I'm like, dude, this is the only thing nice I have. And now there's 3 claw marks in my MacBook screen.
That's like Chattanooga Ed. He'll be on, and he's got his 2 cats, and there's always a tail in his face or the cat moves his camera or whatever. It's just, I told him he needs to change his name to Cattanooga Ed.
Yeah. Right now, I've been puppy drunk. I'm not gonna lie. Today's the puppy's week birthday. They were born a week ago today, and I've been puppy drunk. I shouldn't say I've never. The last puppy I had, I was in my 20s, and that it was a little long-haired Chihuahua, and we bred her with a long-haired miniature Dachshund, and we got one purple puppy. It was so purple. We named her Violet. It was just silver and purple. So I've never been around like a litter of puppies before, and I'm just like, they're so cute.
I like John Cox's idea about hanging a bug zapper right above the tub, though.
Yeah. Last year I had a big problem with frogs. Usually I'll have 1 or 2 frogs, but it's not that bad. But this past year, there was so many frogs, and the only benefit was we had the freshwater lionfish, and we fed all those tadpoles to that freshwater lionfish. But I think it ate some. Oh, we lost him. I think it ate quite a few of my guppies. There he is.
My router rebooted.
Well, this whole stream, I've been. Today's not been the best internet day.
Well, that was all on me. My router rebooted. That was weird. It never does that. That was weird.
Yeah, we stream in the basement, so it's always like, so far we've had really good luck, but
I'm right next to the router. It's right here. I can touch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm wired in anyways, but still. And the cable modem's right down on a shelf down by my feet. So it's all right here.
Mm-hmm. We play dangerous. We keep it in his daughter's room.
Oh, man.
And sometimes, like, she has good intentions. She came home this weekend. As soon as she got here, she reorganized the room. She dug everything out in the middle of the floor, and she reorganized it, which is great. But it's underneath her dresser, and sometimes she'll unplug it by accident.
Gotcha.
So
she was cleaning. Luckily, it wasn't for a live stream. And yeah, she unplugged everything.
She gets in these spells, which I don't mind. But she did. She dragged everything right in the middle of the floor as soon as she got here. And I was like, I'm proud of you, Charlie.
Tell her to come over here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Chris Biggs.
I know. That's awesome.
He is an awesome guy. He said, love watching legends come together. I don't know about legends. There's the legend right there. That guy, if you've never seen Chris's content, you need to go over and check that guy out, because he's amazing. I enjoy his content so much. He's up there.
Mm-hmm. He had a live stream. It's got to be like a year and a half. It's been a while. He had 3 lady professors from, I think it was Florida University, and they were talking about like their different. It's been a while, and I immediately got off that stream. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to school. I applied for grad school again, but we'll wait. We'll see. Everything's got wait lists.
That's like going to rock.
I'm not gonna lie. Changed. I'm like, I'm gonna get my butt in gear. These ladies are awesome.
That's like when guys go watch Rocky movies and then go get in a fight afterwards. You know, you see Rocky up on the screen. You're like, oh, I'm going to go kick some butt. And then you.
Well, we were trying to kick butt after we were watching that new Mortal Kombat movie the other day. I'm like, get over here. Me and my son were having an entirely way too far. It was like a 2-hour discussion over the background of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. We get in these abnormally long discussions about superhero characters.
Oh, we'll be excited about that.
Oh, wow. It was coming on board to do a whole series. Wow. Yeah, I'll be watching that.
The veterinary. Oh, yeah. She'll be all over that.
Yeah, around here, the programs just have really long wait time. So I'm going to have to branch out and apply before my GRE scores are. I don't want to take that test again. That GRE test is nothing to. That test was hard.
I don't know. I don't really miss school. I mean, I enjoyed it, but that was a long time ago. And when you get to a certain age, it gets a little bit harder to retain the information. So
yeah, I'm really good at like my classmates always said I was really good at explaining things and doing like presentations, but writing is not my strong suit because I have trouble even speaking English, much less trying to spell it. And my professor, he wasn't too kind, and I had to work on my writing ability. And I would love to write articles and stuff about all the fish I keep, but I had to get my confidence up because other people would read it and they're like, this is good. I was like, well, I don't feel like it's all that good.
Oh.
But yeah, I have confidence.
Yeah, I'm not a very good writer either.
Mm-hmm.
I've just never really been. I prefer just to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be my thing, is putting people at ease. You know, like
you're great at it.
I was an IT guy for 25 years. That's what I retired from. And as an IT guy, you tend to move around quite a bit. Not too many IT guys stay with the same company for longer than a few years. You just tend to move around. And I never once, not one single time, did I go to an interview without being offered a position. Not one single time.
That's awesome.
There's something that's like my only, skill is being really good at interviews, And I think the key is I would always go into that interview thinking that I was interviewing them, and they were very nervous. So I'm trying to put them at ease. So that was my thought process. So they're very nervous. I need to make sure that they feel at ease, and that seemed to work. So anybody out there for an interview, try that sometime.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll take all the help because I get nervous. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while still, and I still freak out a little bit before I hit the live button.
I do too. Every single time I get anxious. I was anxious before this one. I was telling my wife.
Decide I care because I really do.
It's not a bad anxious though. Sometimes anxiety is good. It's a little it's a little good to get excited about different things.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Well, in the last couple minutes, do you want to do that giveaway that Kevin did?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you mind?
Yeah. That's fine.
Kevin, if you're still in here, do you want to pop up and help? Because since you were so kind, I will leave I think I can drop a link into the chat for you.
I see a question there too from Jeffrey Watts. I'll answer real quick while you're doing that. He says, so the community tank bug is taking over the guppy tank bug. Yeah, definitely. I do love community tanks. My 75's got a ton of different, well, not a ton. It's got a bunch of different stuff. It definitely has to be heavily planted. So I'm all about the fish that can, not a big cichlid fan. I mean, I do have crebensis, but that's probably, I might someday have a pistos, but that's probably about the extent of my cichlids. Love rainbow fish. A lap dancer, Rico.
We'll get a second giveaway for that.
You better have a big ass lap. That's all I'm going to say.
I would enter that lap. I wouldn't get that.
Oh my goodness.
It's at Aquashella, things get fun at Aquashella. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Carrie.
How are you?
Rico.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Well,
nice to see you guys.
Thank you again for donating that gift card. I checked my email and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool of you. So thank you.
You should be two.
There are two? Well, even better. I just got one, but I will look.
You should have two. You have two in email.
Okay. Did you want
where is the gift card for?
Amazon.
Okay.
I figure that's just always easier because I don't know where it's harder sometimes because you don't know where people live, and so it's just easier doing Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And are those also good for our Canadian friends like Mr. Biggs?
I believe so because it's Amazon, so it's everywhere you can get Amazon is usually where. I mean, if you can, Amazon is I think global, right? Or at least you can get it.
Yeah.
You can.
I just wasn't sure if the gift cards were only good for the like the American side of the
I'm pretty sure even Europe you can. So that's the only reason I do Amazon is because it's the easiest thing to do, and a lot of times people buy a decent amount there, and so it's like they can use the gift card, whereas other places you have to pay for shipping and then you have to deal with all the other stuff. So
it's nice to be inclusive.
Amazon.
You know, it's nice to be inclusive. You know, it's nice because a lot of us, you know, even myself, when I do a giveaway, a lot of times it's only for our U.S. people. So
exactly,
it's great that you're being inclusive.
And for me, I mean, I would like to be able to support more of the smaller places, but it's just hard when it's like, okay, well, I send you $10 for a gift certificate. Well, then, but then I still to pay for shipping, and I have to buy all these things from there to make it worthwhile. So I'm like, I'll just do Amazon because that's the easiest.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Well, do you guys want to do the number, since it seems like that's...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let Kevin pick the number.
You want to just put it in private chat there?
Probably, if that's the easiest.
Why don't you just use the number generator?
Because I don't have it on here right now.
Oh, okay, then I can. What are we doing? How many people are in here? First
38. So do you want to do like 1 to 50?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
There's Holly Gibbs.
Type. Let me go back to the right.
And are we doing closest without going over, or are we doing just closest?
Probably closest without going over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will type start in the chat, and then I will let you guys go for it. And it's a $10 gift card. We'll do 2 giveaways. There you go.
Excuse me.
This is fun.
Did you put the number in? I didn't see it.
He just did.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yep. Do 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 do. Uh-oh.
What is, Alex? I watch that show so much.
I prefer the Saturday Night Live version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
With Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't go ahead and run that line, even though it's running through my head.
Yeah. Probably not the right place for it, right?
I don't think so. I'll hold back just a second.
So we're gonna do two separate ones, right, Kevin?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mike.
They're cranking them out right now.
So I just bought my first Amano shrimp and some bamboo shrimp too. Very excited about those. I've had cherry shrimp forever. I've got a little 5-gallon here next to me that's got I don't know. It's probably got about 15 of them in there now because they're really doing well in it. And I don't touch it. I do a water change like once a month. I don't touch it otherwise. I just let it go. There's hair algae. They love it. They're always up in the hair algae.
Okay, Rico. All I can say is I wasn't gonna get anything because I live in California, but somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go," because I told them about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can go get it." And of course, now I want like 20 different things there on the auction site, and I'm like, "Oh gosh, darn you! You're such an enabler. You're gonna get me in trouble."
I didn't look at the auction at all because the closest place to pick it up is like almost 2 hours from me.
She's
not as bad as California, but still a 2-hour drive.
She's going several hours. I think it's 2 hours for her too, because she lives in somewhere in New York. I think she said it's like 2 hours. But
gotcha.
How are the mosses, Rico?
Priscilla, the mosses so far are doing good. Priscilla, so far it's the first ones I put in that 75-gallon, and they're looking great. She sent me all kinds of different ones, and she sent me some extras too. So that was very cool of Priscilla.
That's awesome. Good deal.
Okay.
Leslie wants to know if anyone guessed the number yet. Well, I haven't been paying attention.
Not yet, but close.
Yeah, I did see a close one without going over. So
Yeah.
did everybody get their number in?
Yeah, has everybody gotten it in? Because
20 more seconds.
If everybody's gotten it in, then we can. But I think we want to
Okay.
a little bit, right? Or just a few more seconds for.
Yeah, we'll do like 2 more
make
seconds.
sure.
And then I'll give this to Jesse to read. So you can.
Oh, you want me to double check it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know who got it.
Yeah. I'd say Kevin's got it.
Yeah, I think so too. This one seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I think.
Yep.
No, I was thinking somebody else.
It's without going over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's somebody else.
I see 36 as the closest without
Yeah.
going over. So that was Jeffrey.
Mr. Watts.
Yes, is what I see.
Okay.
And that's sort of funny. Jeff won. Well, I did a
Wait,
Dan
what is Jeffrey
giveaway.
saying?
What's that?
It's Leslie. It's not Jeffrey. It's without going over. Oh,
Without-
yeah, you're right. Okay, without going over. No, you're right. It is Jeffrey.
Like, I don't know.
No, that's what I thought at first. Yeah, it is Jeffrey.
Okay, I'm going to.
No, you're right. It is Jeffrey.
You get people's hopes up like that. Now Leslie's going to feel bad.
No, I don't know why. I keep on wanting to do it over and not under. So I keep on looking and I keep on wanting to go over and not under. I don't know why.
I did a giveaway for Dan's fish, I don't know, a few months ago, and Jeffrey was he won that one too. So I must be his good luck charm.
Mm-hmm. And
Sorry,
I'm
Leslie.
to write if I can type the right button, I'm going to put my email in the live chat and just email me and I'll send it to you in an email. Let me put this in here. It's just sciencescout@gmail.com. But I just typed the wrong button. I'm so good at this, you guys.
Yeah, I think people get the idea though. I hope.
Yeah, it's just Science Gal Aquatics. But if you want to pick one more number, we'll do it one more time before the next chat starts.
Geez. Okay.
And there's Carrie Habercorn. Good to see you, Carrie.
Are we doing 1 to 50 again?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Whatever's easiest for you, but I feel like that might work best.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I'll push start again.
And hey there, Mr. Biggs. I know you said you're really busy on the farm this time of year, but whenever you're available, I'd love to interview you. So just shoot me an email whenever you're available.
The Sky Carry. 1 through 50 without going over for a $10 gift card.
Yes.
Amazon gift card.
Yeah, Mr. Biggs, that'd be wow.
I watched his chat with Joey on his podcast, and
I can't help myself.
Conversation.
I'm still thinking about the veterinary thing. I'm still hung on that.
He'll be like, "Now, Carrie, after this live chat, you need to sit down and do this." And be like,
You need to rethink your life situation.
Did
Do
see,
I need to rethink my life situation.
Wait a minute. What's he saying there now? I did see somebody nailed this one. Somebody got it right on so far. Maybe we shouldn't have said that, but there's, plenty of them.
Well, if you nail it, you nail it. When you're hot, you're hot.
Yep.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
Now.
Thank you.
Well, I'll push stop since someone guessed it already. Stop.
Why don't we just wait for everybody else to get theirs in, and then we can stop?
Well, just ignore my
anybody
message.
else. Sorry.
No, you're good. Well, we'll get this. You guys are the professional live streamers here. I'm just catching up on how to do this.
Because if somebody else guesses the number, then
that's true. Then you could have it like a sudden death type.
Yeah. So I just want to know if anybody else has a number that they want to put in before we do it, and then we can. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Patty. So just want to do a few more seconds, and if nobody else types anything in there for a number, then
well, she already put stop anyway.
No, just ignore it.
Oh, okay.
Kevin's right. Just go ahead. Just ignore me.
Sorry, I know it's your stream, so you do what you want, but there can't always be a tie, because I was thinking I was doing the same. I was thinking the same exact thing, and then I'm like, well, okay, but now if somebody else guesses it too, then so I try not to say anything, because it's like, okay, if I see it like, oh, somebody got close, well, then I'm gonna say, okay, well, let's see what did other people type in, and now I'm gonna try and see if I can type one in really close to those and see if I get it right.
Yeah, but if you're already got most of the numbers in, they're not gonna know. I mean, you got 20 people with numbers in, they're not gonna know which one.
Yeah. All right.
I'm in combat mode, you guys. Let's do this.
Exactly.
All right. Let's. If you want to, whenever you want to.
Fight to the death.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
What if they're not men? 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Well, as women, we're just smart enough not to even.
What,
just
dogs? Dogs, cats. What else? Woman.
Okay. Let me go back through the numbers.
Derek, finish him. Perfect victory. Flawless.
Chris, no hints panel. Girlfriend.
I still only see that one.
You're
right. Yeah.
There's 2.
There is?
2. You got one. Well, no, there's one that got it right on the dot. I'm talking about the cards. I know I sent you 2 because you got one, and then I just sent another not too long ago.
Okay.
So, but I know I sent another one. Wait, what have?
Oh, there's Big Tank Hank. What's up, Big Tank?
For 1 to 50 without going over for a $10 gift card. I don't know if anybody else is in here right now that hasn't done it, but I'm assuming everybody got theirs in because I don't see anybody else type in a number. So if you want to put stop.
Chris, 51.
This is the real stop. The last one was just a practice stop.
It was like a yellow light. Do you floor it or do you stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's always the question, right? Is there going to be enough time? And then, of course, you stop, and there's like, oh my gosh, how long's the light now? How long do I have to wait for the light now? I see somebody who got it right on the dot really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just see that one.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Mike.
Okay, well, I'll say it if you don't see me. It was...
I did too. I just put it in chat.
Okay, cool. It was Florida Fish Rescue. Congratulations.
Yep, one.
Just email me.
I know you have 2, so if you don't get it in a few minutes or you don't see it in the email, I'll resend it. But I know I sent it again.
I'm sure it's there. I'm not the best checker of that email, and I haven't checked it today, so I'm sure it's there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just sent it right before or while we were talking on live stream. So.
Well, that was very nice of you.
Well,
and, Jeffrey and
hey, Melvin.
Florida Fish Rescue, just email me at sciencegalaquatics.com and I will get that to you guys. But thank you guys. We've gone a little bit over. Thank you so much, Rico Stan, for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm so excited to talk to you on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Yep. I thought that was perfect for you because I know you're.
Oh my gosh, I am practicing hairstyles.
Wait, what's going on? What's going on Star Wars Day?
I'm gonna be a guest on Rico Stan's chat on Star Wars Day.
Amazing interview.
May the 4th be with you.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been practicing my old Princess Leia hairdos.
Okay, I have to tune in for that one then.
Oh, I'm so
You should be tuning in for all of them, Kevin. What the heck?
I know, no, but
what's going on? What are you saying? You just that one?
Okay, well, yeah, I don't.
Oh, Rico's going used car salesman on me.
I don't like listening to you, Rico. No, I usually watch the replays. I don't always watch it right at that time because a lot of them go like at 6 for me. You guys usually go at like 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern time, and
no, we go at 6:30, so 3:30 for you.
Okay, 3:30. Well, that's still kind of earlier, so that's why I usually just watch the replays. I forget what time.
And you know I'm joking. I don't care. That's.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, I don't like watching you, so you know, I just don't.
That's okay. I have very limited appeal. I get that.
No, I do. You know, I always enjoy watching it.
I stream at the replays, right? That's what it's for. So Kevin can stream at the replay.
I will have to say, like, I can usually tell on the live streams, like, sometimes I'll lurk and I can always tell who's talking. But Rico, Stan, and Ed, I cannot tell unless I am looking at the screen. Who is talking?
We sound alike? Ed and I sound alike?
Yes, to me.
Yeah.
Carrie, I'm going to get going, but thank you for having me up.
Thank you for what you're giving. Thank you. Just thank you.
Of course.
That's very nice.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
Kevin.
Kevin. That's awesome.
Bye, Carrie. Bye, you guys.
But yeah, when you guys are talking on your Ed and Rico show, I'm like, which one is talking? And they're very like, you have radio voices. You both do. Like, I love to listen to you guys, but you're the only one out of the duo. Like, I can't tell, like, distinguish at an earshot.
That's funny because he's got such a, he's got sort of a Southern accent living in Missouri and then Tennessee.
Your tone, I guess, of your voice is very relaxing. I very much enjoy it, and I'm always
thank you.
But thank you for talking and chit-chatting. It seems like it went by, but I'm super excited to talk to you in just a little, like, just a matter of a week or so.
Yeah, 10 days. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody coming in. I really appreciate everybody watching. Fish Fam rocks. That's all I can say.
Yes.
Yep, this is Rico Stan on 89.9 signing out now.
Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Later. Peace.